I'm turning 30 in a few months. I hate asking people to spend money on me, so I'm doing it at my childhood cabin upstate. I'm single, and almost all of my friends are engaged, married, or in long-term relationships. And there's definitely some sensitivity around that, almost bitterness that they all have their person who will ensure they have a special birthday, whereas I have to do that for myself. There's also a frustration that I show up with bells and whistles for every bachelorette, shower, and wedding, and don't get the same magnitude of attention in return. I graduated from law school 2 years ago, and several of my closest friends did come to graduation, so it's not fair to say that I haven't been on the receiving end of any fun celebrations. One friend didn't come to my graduation 2 years ago, though, because she couldn't swing the flight or PTO. Since then, I went to her bachelorette trip the weekend after I took the bar exam, and took several days off and spent thousands of dollars to go to her wedding abroad. She told me last week that she won't be able to come to my birthday because her in-laws will be in town, though she said to let her know if I end up going with a different weekend. There were a couple other friends with conflicts that original weekend, so I pushed it back a week. I just told that friend, and she said the in-laws would still be in town, so she still couldn't come. I'm honestly really disappointed. I've made showing up for her such a priority, and not that friendship is or should be transactional, but this feels really unbalanced, so I'm not sure what to do. This is really disappointing. Something that I try to do whenever I feel disappointed by somebody in my life, I want to see if I can separate my insecurity from the real thing that happened. Both can be present. Like sometimes our insecurity can be making us react to something in an out of proportion way, and the thing that someone else did is shitty. So if we do that for this situation, you have been honest about saying that you do feel some bitterness towards friends. There's also some specific resentment towards this friend for missing your graduation. Maybe there's some feeling like this friend doesn't care about me as much as I care about her. And here's another example of that. What is that internal voice saying to you? Is it telling you that you're not loved, that you're not special, that no one's ever gonna want to celebrate you? This is the same process that I go through when somebody does something to me that I take really personally and that I get upset about. Now, don't forget, that does not mean that they're off the hook. It doesn't mean that they didn't do something wrong. Maybe it makes sense that she can't come because her in-laws are still in town from abroad, but why didn't she tell you that before? Why didn't she make any effort before to let you know when she was available? She didn't seem to care about trying to be there. Maybe an answer that would have made you feel a little bit more supported and seen is, my in-laws are in town from the 15th to the 30th, so I can't do anything there, but I can do the next month, or I can do these weekends. I really want to be there, but I completely understand if you pick one of those weekends. We'll celebrate another time. Maybe if the friend had said something like that, you would feel different. You have your insecurities, yes, which are influencing how you feel about this, but the reality is she was disinterested when she first told you that she couldn't be there. She didn't try to make any effort to be there.